Hello everyone, this is Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and these are your October 2016 Angel Oracle card readings. For this month, I think I'm going to be using the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins deck by Doreen Virtue, and of course pulling a color card from the Secret Language of Color Oracle deck by Anna Segal. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can just go to my website at angelsouls444.com, the services page. And of course, if you'd like to support me on Patreon, I will leave all that information down below. And don't forget about the Gumroad readings, okay? It's gumroad.com/angelsouls. And I just want to warn everybody ahead of time, I am recording these during Mercury retrograde. My GoPro app is not working. I don't know if the top of my head is cut off. I have no idea what's going on here. So hopefully I'm kind of in the frame here, but if it's not a perfect shot, I'll do what I can on my end. But the one thing is I won't really be able to tell if there's glare on the cards. But please note, I use pretty popular decks. So if ever you can't see the card because the light is getting funny or whatever, that's the other thing I can't check. I can't check to see how the lighting is. But again, I'm sorry, Mercury retrograde. Can I blame that? I think that's what's happening. So if you see a glare and you want to look up the deck, I tell you what it is. Ahead of time, you can just Google the card, and a lot of times someone has posted a really beautiful picture of it. So you can study it and see what other kind of messages come up for you. And there's aviation happening. All right, guys, let's get on to October. Okay, Leo, let's see what's going on for you for October 2016. Now, if you are watching your rising and your moon sign, and you should, in order to get a full snapshot of what's going on for you in a month, a lot of people have been getting the same cards, and they're all, whoa, very, very positive. Okay. So self-forgiveness and pay attention. Wow, nobody else got those cards so far. Let's see what else we have here. All right, I don't want to start jumping to jumping to conclusions yet. Protection is here. There's a lot of fear going on for you. What are y'all doing? What happened? What is going on here? Some of you, this is a legal case, and you did. As the case is opening up, you really maybe went into it thinking, this is only for some people, you might have gone in there thinking, I was right. And then they start bringing up things and you're like, oh yeah, I did that. Oops. Yeah. So for some of you, whether it's a legal case or any sort of conflict that you're coming out of, where you were so adamant that you were correct and that you were right, you're starting to see the other side of it and you're starting to realize, oops. So self-forgiveness is the first card. Excuse me. Self-forgiveness is the first card. Let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. Guilt, shame, embarrassment. These things are not going to help you. Okay, this is not going to make the situation any better. You have to get into a space where you are forgiving yourself and others. So, you can just kind of do a blanket statement like, I forgive all things. I forgive myself. Maybe you're starting to think, I don't know, something must have come up in the Mercury retrograde for you guys. I think definitely something from the past, either an ex-partner or something looped back around. And I don't want to sit here and get it all crazy and say, it was karma coming back to get you. Not necessarily. But this feels like for some of you, there's some childhood issues or childhood things that you had always lived your whole existence blaming someone else. And then you realize, oh, it wasn't like that. Oh, for some of you, it's your father. It's your father. You might have been very angry and said, oh, my father left us. And then maybe you're an adult now and you're realizing, no, mom made him leave because she was in love with somebody else. I'm making that up. Or I think I'm making it up. Maybe that's somebody's story out there. But what you're realizing is that this person from your past that you had villainized, you judged them wrongly. And maybe they weren't allowed to come around you. Maybe they were, you find out that somebody else that you thought was a perfect angel, so to speak, actually was the one who colored this person in a bad light or something like that. Okay, so we have pay attention. Notice repetitious signs in your inner guidance, as this can yield valuable information. Pay attention to your gut. There's something about what's coming up now, or what you're trying to heal, that if you had just paid attention to the signs, they were all there, right? Maybe if we're going to use that first example there, maybe you always kind of felt like there wasn't a full truth being said to you. For some of you, this is around friendship, okay? I'm kind of classic for doing that. I end up trusting people that nobody else trusts. And I'm like, no, I can feel that this person's a good person. That person that is so popular and everybody just loves and adores, that's the person who would sooner betray you, you know? And again, it's that kind of thing where you're paying attention to how you're feeling, okay? And things are becoming a little bit clearer because you're leaning on your inner guidance. You are protected. So you have protection here. You, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. You're going to be okay. There might be something that you have to face. There might be some wrong that you have to sort of right, okay? It could be like, all right, maybe you're not going to win the court case per se, but the punishment for that may not be as severe as you thought. Or it might be, okay, you're just going to get fined or whatever. You're not going to lose everything, I think is what we're getting at here. It is working out in a very balanced and harmonious way where you are having to make amends. Now, if it's not a court case, that's not going to be everybody. But whatever your situation is where you felt like maybe you had done a little bit of wrong, as long as you own it, you're going to be protected, okay? And you'll be fine. So you are being helped, which is the final card before we get on to the color card. It says heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see the results yet. So part of the stuff that you're dealing with right now, it is actually helping you, even though you might be like, doesn't feel like that. Doesn't feel like it's helping me very much at all. But it is helping you understand. You will never make this kind of error again. Okay, and it wasn't even an error. It was a lesson. But the good news for a lot of you is that you are learning it and you won't have to repeat it. You're being helped because of what's happening. As hard as that might be to understand, that's actually what's happening. All right. Your color card is Coral. Allow flow and synchronicity into your life. The number is 18. Go with the flow. Stop fighting things. Stop. And I used to do this when I was in my 20s. And it's funny, just recently I came across another woman who is in her late 20s. And she reminds me so much of who I was at that age. And what I used to do is I used to blame everybody else for my problems. I'm an innocent victim. If you didn't do this and this, I wouldn't feel this way. That's how I spent my 20s and kind of into my 30s. I think I only am just now starting to mature a little bit and go, okay, maybe that's not the nicest thing to do. But it's the saying, stop blaming everybody else for what's going on. Take accountability and go with the flow. Even if it's coming into an outcome that you had not anticipated or that you'd rather not have, don't fight it. Okay? Just let the lesson complete itself. Move on with your life. Okay, guys? So, there it is. I hope that made sense. And of course, I am sending you so much love. Take care.